And my beauties. Okay, so this is the second part. I already moisturized and primed my face, and I have the Hourglass veil that I primed with. In case you didn't watch the first part for the eyes, I'm using Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation in F7. So we're going to see how this does. I have no clue how much to use. This is going to be like a first impression. So on one side I'll use my Tarte Bamboo foundation brush. Other side I will use my Real Techniques sponge. Let's see. At least the color match seems to be pretty decent. Alright, let's see. Okay, definitely not doing so well with the sponge. So, might do better once I do all this. Not really wanting to get I'm wanting it. I do want a little extra there. Okay. Now, let's see. Not really wanting to cover that up. Not exactly surprised, but you're going to see how wonderful the concealer is, and that's in C7, I think. Yeah, F7 and C7. So we'll see. How that does. And this sponge is just a little mini Sephora. And I like to use it up around my eyes more because it has that like straight edge. It just allows me to get in much closer. The bags and dark circles are what I'm doing is leaving it a little more concentrated on those areas. I'm just blurring out the edges. I am desperate for this to work. Desperate. Trying to use the heat of my skin I have some fine lines right there that it's wanting to settle into. Ouch. but I think that's as covered as we're going to get. I might try this again and do the concealer under, try to mask that some and do it under. I don't know. Beginning to think there is absolutely nothing that will do it. And this is just Benefits Hoola. I have a bigger one of this that I wanted to give away, but I wanted to go through this first, and it's taken me forever to go through it. Because once you open a product to start using, you're on borrowed time. Due to the preservatives and everything that they put in. That's why on most products you will see a little jar trying to make my nose seem a little smaller than it is. You'll see a little jar. Let's see, may not be. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to read that. So, I'll show you on something else. Okay. I just also got this Hyaluronic Fix by Makeup Revolution setting spray. And on the back, there's a little jar, and it says 12M. That's 12 months. Okay, and then you also have some form of a bunny that shows that it's cruelty-free. So every product, because even this Essence mascara that I just got, let's see, I can get it to focus. Oh well, it won't focus. But the little jar on it says 6 months, which is about standard for a mascara. And a good tip too, don't pump the brush, twirl the brush. When you're pumping, it's allowing you to pump in the air and bacteria and things of that nature. You don't want to do that. Now I'm using a very old palette. Which I don't use the eyeshadows anymore because it is rather old, but I do like the blush in it, which is called Boundless. And this is an old Tarte. And that's what it had looked like. Things like blush where it's not like right on top of your eyes, things of that nature. I don't adhere so strictly to the little jar. But anything that goes up around my eyes, eyeliner, eyeshadow, concealers, mascara, things of that nature, those I do here. Because the last thing you want to do is damage your eyes. And as you can see, I go just a little heavy with it because of something that I do still do, and I'll show you in a moment. I also, coming in with the Ciate Glow 2 highlighter in Moon Dust, because I always do this beforehand where I set everything, because I like to shine a little, not extensively. On some, that looks fantastic. But when you have older skin that is very textured, not as much. And this is the SL Miss Glam that, if you got it in Ipsy, came in the last one. Not everybody did get it. And then I do up in here on my nose. Okay. Something I picked up from Wayne Goss. When you're trying to, when you do it at the tip, if your nose is kind of wide like mine, it's just going to accentuate that. Not something you want to do. But if you put it back, and then I do right along, my Cupid's bow, it gives it a nice effect. And I always go under a little bit. It just gives a nice effect for when yeah, I know what I'm trying to say. When you're doing your lipstick. Here we go. This is my more brush, and I like it for doing my setting. And I'm just using the original Airspun. I was using Laura Mercier, but sadly I ran out. Now when I do my under eyes, I use my BS Small angled. One of the things I do is I come in, smooth out anything that may have gotten in the creases, kind of settled. Because if you set it that way, you ain't budging it. Now, I found that this doesn't necessarily mean that I won't have it settle some. But it certainly helps. And then, one thing I always do is I tap the excess. And see how that just toned right down. And this is the translucent. And then I still kind of, not as extensively, but I just kind of glide over my eyes. And I always go by feel too. And one of the things also when I do that is it's kind of knocking the excess. And then I come in just slightly over so that I still have some of that highlight. Just not as intense. Okay. One thing I really don't like about the Airspun, powder everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. Now I am going to go ahead and come in with my setting spray. Bear with me because this is brand new. So I have no idea what to expect. Always tuck your lips in because it really sucks to get it all over your lips and then not like the taste of it. Okay, initial smell, not so good. However, the effect, very nice. All right. I think I'm going to come in with the blue that I did in my eyes, because that's kind of getting swallowed up, to do under. And I just go over that some and stick my nail in a small little tiny pan because today hasn't sucked enough. It's one of those days that I feel I really shouldn't have got out of bed. It's gone that well. It started out good because I had a couple of packages that came in. That's always exciting. But right after I got done opening one of the samples I got from Ulta was a Polo fragrance for men. I was asking my husband, you know, do you like Polo? And he went and he put it on and he came back, had me smell, was like, do you like? And I looked up at him to tell him what I thought when I noticed a spider that big. No joke. I couldn't even scream. So my husband told me, go in the other room, get ready for the doctor, and I'll take care of Bubba. And I knew it was bad when he named it. And when my husband says it was quite large, it's not me making it up. Because he's all time telling me, you know, it's not that bad. You know, you're making it seem like it was huge. It was just a little teeny tiny thing. He didn't do that this time. Because when he told me he was going to take care of Bubba, I was like, okay. Do you have a gun? That was my first instinct. He says, we might have to burn the house down. I was like, that's cool, because, you know, who doesn't love a fireman? Anyway. But he managed to get him and eviscerate him. So life is all good. Then Boo kind of freaked me out a little bit, because before we were leaving, I was sitting down in the chair, like right under where he was. And she's looking up where it was. I was like, no. I'm like, what are you looking at, Boo-Boo? And she stopped looking at it. I was like, okay. That really, really freaked me out. I don't know if his little ghost was there or what the deal was. I always wipe a little bit of the excess because I really do not like clumps. I always start with the bottom lashes, because as you can see, I'm looking down, and if my top lashes were done and wet, I'd have polka dots everywhere. Sorry, it takes extreme concentration. So I don't end up with a face full of black. Okay, now that I have the bottoms, and promptly just blinked some spots. Takes me a moment to get used to a brush. But I've heard all kinds of good things about the Essence mascara. And I figured, for $5, why not? I'm also one that needs to get the tiniest of little baby lashes. But I am liking this brush. And it really holds onto product. So you don't have to keep dipping it. Which is really good. Because the more you stick it in and pull it out, the more chance you have of getting bacteria in there and it going bad. And that's usually when, at the point where your eyes are burning, odds are it's your mascara that has gone bad. Just a quick round. This is probably going to split because it's gone so long. I hate when it does that. Because then I have to go into the editor and try to mesh them together, and that's not always a good thing. Now, while the spot's dry, and also I always kind of come back through. Well, it's thundering with a comb and any potential clumps are thicker than I want them. Lashes nicely. I want to get one of the metal ones because some of the teeth broke out on this when I was cleaning it. I guess I got a little rough cleaning and lost a couple of the teeth. So I want to get one of those metal ones so that I am able to clean it well and still get my desired effect. Okay. Now, and this I just got, and I love that it came in this little packet, but it's a little tiny MAC, and this is Russian Red. Now, little trick, you kind of want to use this as a liner if you don't have a liner. Now typically I would use a brush for this part, but because it's brand new, it still has that edge. And then just fill in like normal. So there we go. This, whoops. Now, generally speaking, when you just make a little oops with your mascara, just let it dry. You can come in and just kind of scrape. And that takes care of it. If you made a major boo-boo, then you have to get like some micellar water or something, and then it's a real pain in the neck to do. But this is it. So if you like what you saw, ring the bell, smash the thumbs up, give me a comment, and tell me things that you want to see done. Okay? Until then, goodbye, my beauties.